A storm's about to brew up in this bitch. Hey everyone, Kruznik Gex back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. We're done with filler episodes for right now, and doing dungeons because I want to continue the storyline because we're already far behind, and 3.3 has already been released, so I'm kind of like trying to catch up. I'm playing catch up here. We got so many quests to unlock, but I figured I would take a break from unlocking dungeons and frickin' and running around like crazy to kind of relax a little bit and fucking start with the new storyline. So tonight we're doing patch 2.2, aka Through the Maelstrom. This is the next patch up. This is the storyline after A Realm Awoken. We're gonna get right down to it, and look at this. So when we last left off, we had just let me rephrase that. When we last left off in the main scenario storyline, we had just moved in to the Rising Stones in Mordona, in the back of the Seventh Heaven bar. And it's got all the amenities. We've got a whole bunch of tomes in here. We got open bar, thanks to Philomene. We got tables and whatnot. And this is essentially what inspired the Tumblr Scions from the text of last night. And if you haven't had a chance to check that site out yet, I'd suggest you do. It's pretty fucking hilarious. We are going to get to the storyline in just a minute, but I do want to make a special announcement, and I'm hoping that everyone who watches me takes it and plays Final Fantasy takes advantage of this offer, because it's only here for a limited time. So I just received notification from someone and a couple of people from the Final Fantasy players group actually mentioned this. Square Enix now has a new campaign going out and it's the Summer DLC campaign. And essentially what you have to do is you go to Amazon.com and you go into their video game section, and if you make a qualifying purchase of $19.99 or higher, you will get a special code to unlock 6 new items for Final Fantasy XIV. In fact, I just decided to grab a new game the other day, and I have those 6 new items. I'm not going to show you all of them. One because I can't wear one of them. But I will show you. I'm going to display the set here. If you look very carefully, you'll notice on this particular outfit that I can't see because there we go. This is 140. This outfit has a butler's monocle, butler's jacket, butler's gloves, so basically butler's gear. That's one of the things you unlock from this DLC campaign. You also get a maid's outfit. If you're a female, you get that. You get the Inferno mask. You get the Crag mask. You get a full stack of Wings magic prism. And you get the original fat Chocobo whistle, which we will... we're actually going to go out to Revenant's Toll, because I always forget to frickin' pronounce it correctly. But we're gonna show it. We're gonna show it off right now. We're gonna go to Mount Guide, and we're gonna go. So yeah, this is the original Fat Chocobo. He probably also comes equipped with music, so we're gonna play the music for a little bit. Yeah, it's hilarious to watch this thing run. I know this is kind of a stab at, like, fat people everywhere, but, you know, this is hilarious. I don't want to hear it. This is funny. Fuck you. Alright, let's turn off the, Alright, so we showed off the Fat Chocobo mount. So we're done with that. Let's get on with the storyline because we're really, we only have a certain amount of time for this, and then I gotta fucking do a whole bunch of other shit. Alright, so we're gonna speak to Minfilia and start our new assignment. Please, voiceovers, please, voiceovers. Nope.
Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself home when I received a request from assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply.
Primals.
The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have yet been able to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the brass blades to realize their mistake. Pray, depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do.
Huh? What's going on? Oh. Probably to change up the, Yep, Thancred's gone, Y'shtola is gone, so we're headed to, Horizon. Ah, check it out! Phantom Cat's just loving and stalking me for some reason. Oh, whoops, I don't have the keyboard on. But yeah, that one that Cat was just mounted on was the first Fat Chocobo. And I'm off to Horizon, so... Alright, so Y'shtola is over here. There she is.
Ah, Bayan. Your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours.
Well, an old friend of ours comes back to play. If any of you have been actually watching my live stream or watching me on YouTube, you'll remember Fufulupa from when I actually first started playing as Bayan Oronir. This little guy was the subject of a huge investigation of the brass blades, and we found a whole bunch of betrayal going on within that we took care of. But anyway, let's get right down to it.
Bayan! What a pleasure to see you again! Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these stuffs. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that, I have news to share! A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints in the Royal Alagan Sunway. Alas, my colleagues had no mounts with which to give chase. However, our scouts have reported seeing a cart of the same description bound for eastern Thanalan. These could be our thieves, don't you think? We must inform Y'shtola at once.
He is always excited about something.
A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proving cunning. Yet the Amaja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. Thancred is already afield with a unit of brass blades. I shall instruct him to take up a position to the east of the Beastman's encampment. Pray, join him there.
Great, we're gonna meet with everyone's favorite man whore in eastern Thanalan. It's a good thing we have a crap ton of money to teleport with, otherwise I wouldn't bother with this. So, who's on the chat lines tonight? Feel free to chat with me, because I don't feel like talking to myself for once. Alright, let's mount up. All of you remember my trusty companion Tenchi, who has been my loyal Chocobo companion for God only knows how long. Oh, fuck you, cat! Fuck you! With a chainsaw! Orion, you're watching too! At least Cat had the decency to tell me he was watching. You guys just don't care about telling me anymore. You guys just stalk me. See, for those of you who don't already know, Cat and Orion Darkstar is a fellow colleague of mine who also has his own Twitch TV channel, and Cat's just, well, Cat. Oh, funny you should mention that, Orion. Any chance you're able to make orchestrion rolls yet, or no? Feel free to answer that while I take care of this cutscene, or whatever. Ah, Bayan, for once it is you who is fashionably late. We seized the errant carriage and its excitable coachman not long ago. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest... Sadly not. In the crystal thefts, and judging by my survey of their encampment, neither did the Amalja. But let's discuss this in Y'shtola's presence, shall we? I'll see you. So, only a couple? Which ones? Yeah, it's kind of deep TP if they're not part of the FC, Cat. Unfortunately, we can't, I can get the mats, but they have to be part of the FC to contribute. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Ooh, cutscene.
Now then.
Finally, a cutscene with voiceovers! Haven't had one of these in a while!
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful.
Look at that shady motherfucker!
Another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well.
Thancred, you man whore!
Devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toe. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
And a new mysterious person arrives in Eorzea.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Well, well. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Fufalupa doopity derp! Sorry. He won't stay in the FC? Jesus Christ. That's going to be a bad look for us if we have someone immediately leaving the FC just to... As much as I hate to say it, we do need the help to finish that damn airship. Alright. Alright. Let him in. Whatever. I mean, I think it's going to be a bad look for us if we just have someone coming and going as they please, but, you know, we welcome everyone, so, and if they don't want to stay, well, they don't want to stay. We can't force them to stay, so, yeah, I will trust your judgment on this, cat. Anyway, let's talk to Fufalupa.
And what of the brass blades? And what of the brass blades of the rose? Can you say for certain that none were involved? To be honest, I cannot. I have done my utmost to purge the corruption from our ranks since Captain Baldwin was brought to justice. My thanks again, Bayan. But of those who remain, well, let's just say that there are many whose wants exceed their wealth. I fear the presence of a traitor would go some way to explain how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long.
It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa.
Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in the horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed.
But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as Oz risk open confrontation?
Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret. To entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort so as to not attract undue attention.
But who?
I see! Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley?
A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Bayan? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south.
Ahem! Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once.
Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Alright, looks like we gotta pull out the trusty Chocobo companion, so... Tenchi, let's make some tracks. Mount up! Sorry, just had to do that because, you know, we always welcome new members to the FC. Here's the destination. Now we wait. And wait. And wait. Oh, whoops. Oh, some more! More gluttons for punishment! Well then, come on! I could do this all frickin' day! Suck it, bitches! Oh, Kat, are you still watching? Oh wait, Yashola's this way. There she is. Wait, Y'shtola is a miner? Huh. Did not know that.
Stubborn to the last, as expected. You're unharmed?
A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Sea wolves? All of them?
Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering.
Our thieves are a long way from home.
And I'm just looking between them like, wait, what the fuck are you thinking?
Thancred, if you would be so kind as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Oh, okay. What was I about to ask? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, I wasn't about to ask anything. I'm gonna clean out the, I'm probably gonna clean out the, company chest tonight. I'm not sure, though. Play it by ear.
On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks.
Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private.
No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape.
Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise?
No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. Lominson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find them. You have my word on that.
I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yep, 'cause I'm not gonna say shit! Alright. Where are we headed? The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alfino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alfino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Alright. Off to Vesper Bay, that has no aetheryte, even to this day. Hey, Akasky, thanks for watching. You know, I still have yet to do another shout out to the fans, and I have a good few that I need to do. Probably should do them sometime tonight. Maybe when my mom leaves for work. I don't know. Alright, we're back. Oh, boy, look at that sunset. Oh, man, that is a beautiful sunset. I gotta get a shot of that. And one screenshot taken. Oh, fuck me. The maintenance is tonight. That's right. I hate maintenance. It makes my job all the more harder. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Orthod? Well, like the rest of nations in the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear the tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Uldar, Bayan. Unless I am much mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have it on hand in the event of your sparkling repartee? Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Uldar. What a jerk. Alright, we're off to Uldar. Alright, the Royal Promenade is in the Chamber of Rule. Well, speaking of my FC, I think there's a few people I need to promote in here. Nope. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass.
Pray, understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness.
Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again.
You know not what you do.
I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears.
A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well.
I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alfino Levelier, at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique. In this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Uldar. Yet you will find You will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. XIVDB.com. Excuse me. Mariner cotton cloth. Got it right here. Looks like it's untainable from unhidden leather maps. But you can get it from boarskin and goatskin maps. Where am I going? Oh yeah, quicksand. Adventurers Guild, here we come. All right. Let's sit down and have a chat. Though, of course, we're not going to sit down because God forbid. Oh, wait. Are we? Yep, we're sitting.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Lying within Uthard, Doma was under the dominion of the Bayan Empire, as I'm sure you're aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Yeah, it's always left to me to do it.
If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
Well, let's see if Momodi can do anything. I haven't talked to Momodi in a while, so this is the first.
Hells! Why didn't you say so sooner, Bayan? Course I'll help. Couldn't have picked a better day to tell you the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word they can't come, meaning I've a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Federu and Catherine in a Sapphire Avenue exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight.
You flatter me, Cat. Where's Sapphire Avenue Exchange again? Oh, yeah. And this is actually, and to be honest with you, this is the best microphone I have for doing these live streams right now. I don't even have a pop filter on this, so every P and S you hear is fucked. Oh, what's Sintog gun over here? Gone to pieces. Oh, that's a crafting thing. Okay, never mind.
My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions?
No, I didn't. Now shut the fuck up and just give it to me.
You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words.
Jeez, what a bitch. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man who can't earn a crust themselves goes hungry.
They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady
Cannot pronounce shit today. Let's try that again.
They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri that all's in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity. Much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly.
Any voiceovers on this one? Nope.
Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on our situation. I think he will be pleased with his reply. Have we been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alfino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade.
Back to the Chamber of Rule. Because gods forbid we frickin' not run everywhere. And in circles, no less.
Well, I go around in circles.
Alright. A pleasure, Bayan. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
Please let there be voiceovers. 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 I don't feel like doing this many voices.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I'm Nanamo, 17th in the line of 4. Welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of the number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Leggy out of leggy.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lolorito. Those of you who... Now, I'm going to pause it for a second, because those of you who remember the name Lolorito probably remember him from back when I first started playing as Bayan Oronir. Lolorito was accused of being a part of the whole Asians plot with the brass blades and everything.
Lord Lolorito? Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
Racist.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Let's see who leaves. First and foremost, Lolorito, of course. How did we not see that fucking coming? And one other. That's 3 and 4. And the nays have it.
that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamego would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Reborn?
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Well, too bad, so sad, unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna take a break for a little bit because I gotta go do something of real-life import. We'll be back in a little bit. Until then, Kruznik X, out!